The next one we've got here looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Customer told dispatch it sounded like an explosion went off. That thing is bouncing around in there. That heat exchanger has separated. Sounds like Shakira should be in there doing a little dance or something. Hey guys, this is Steven with Yarbrough Sons. Today we're going to be looking at some pictures on the internet here and reacting to them a little bit. The first one that I got here, I've not seen one like this before. It's a microwave mounted in the front of a service van. Now I've seen this on install trucks. People have them on the shelves, they'll pull them out at lunchtime. But mounted in the front of the service van, I don't know if I'd be doing that. What I have done is I've got a little fuel burning stove that I set out on a construction site one time and I cooked me up some ramen and that worked out pretty good. But not a microwave. The next one that we got today is, it says, today's supervisor wasn't too happy with me, and it is a very, very angry looking kitty cat. I don't like cats, but this guy doesn't look too happy at all, and I probably wouldn't be too happy either if you took all my heat or all my cooling away for 6 to 10 hours out of the day. He's kind of frustrated there. We run into animals every day. Most of the time, it's dogs that are outside that really don't like us being there, don't like the trucks pulling up that they don't know. The cats usually run and hide, so I'm kind of surprised this one stuck around and is screaming at this dude here. So, moving on, next one. Ooh. Running the AC at 18 degrees outside. The entire coil box has 3 inches of ice on the outside of it. Golly. I've seen this before, and a lot of times what happens is, you know, the customer's in the kitchen cooking, something along those lines. You know, it's Christmas and they've got 25 people coming over. They're trying to cook a good dinner for them. And when you're in the kitchen with that stove running, your oven's on, it's just getting hot in there. So they crank that air conditioner down and yeah, that's what happens. It freezes that coil. The pressures are running too low because of the outdoor temperature. And I don't know if I've seen one that bad though. I've seen, you know, 1/2 inch ice around the outside. That looks like it's about 3 inches, and judging by everything on that furnace underneath it, it doesn't look like this is the first time that's happened either. So when the coil's frozen up like that, you're gonna have to shut that thing off and just wait for it to thaw out. There's not a whole lot that can be done, especially in the orientation that this is in. You know, there's some things in different orientations and different types of equipment that you can do for it, but this one right here, there's not anything that you can do other than just turn that fan on and turn the air conditioner off and let that thing run. You don't want to run your heat because that's going to mess your heat up. Shut your whole system off and just run the fan. That's all that you can do to help thaw that out. Looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen. We have got a furnace in a closet and the flue pipe is just completely disconnected. It is not broke, it is just disconnected in the closet. That's spewing carbon monoxide into your space, y'all. You can't have that, you're gonna wake up dead. Yeah, that's putting carbon monoxide into your space. If you ever open your closet and see something like this, you either need to call somebody to get that fixed immediately and shut your furnace off, or, you know, if you want to attempt to fix it yourself, you can do that. But until that's fixed, you really need to shut your furnace off because that's a dangerous situation. Now we see flues that are disconnected. A lot of times we see them whenever a customer's got a new roof put on or something along those lines, and the roofers are messing around with the flue a little bit, trying to get the shingles around that flashing, and they pull on it and it pulls it apart down there in the attic. That's a dangerous thing as well. I think where we've seen this the most has probably been on water heaters, honestly. People don't pay that close attention to water heaters. They're in a closet, they're in a garage, something along those lines, and that flue gets bumped by something. They're up in the attic putting their Christmas stuff up or getting their Halloween stuff down or something along those lines, and just happen to bump that flue and knock it loose off that water heater. And that's really what we've seen the majority of. This next one's interesting. It says, customer told dispatch it sounded like an explosion went off. Yeah, I've got 4 pictures here that I'm looking at. And yeah, I bet it did sound like an explosion went off. You know, Joseph Heller wrote a book called Something Happened, and something happened. This is on a heat pump system, and kind of what it looks like to me is that it just got too much pressure in there. That accumulator definitely blew out the bottom. The accumulator on a heat pump system, whenever it's running a heat pump mode, it doesn't use as much or doesn't need as much refrigerant flowing through it. That accumulator kind of holds the excess refrigerant that's not needed. Whenever your temperatures are lower outside, that shouldn't make it explode by any means, but It definitely did in this case. This next one that we have is actually one that our technicians went on. It's a video. It's kind of a funny thing when you first hear it. It sounds like Shakira should be in there doing a little dance or something. That thing is bouncing around in there. That heat exchanger has separated from its plate, and it's bouncing around in there doing some salsa or something. You can't really tell whenever that panel's on there, but on that second one where you're actually up close and looking at that heat exchanger, it's definitely jumping around in there some. That's a fun situation. The only thing you can do for that is either change out that heat exchanger, or, in this case, we went and got the customer a quote on a new furnace, just due to the age of the old furnace and what was going on. I really don't see that too often. Pretty rare situation where it has just separated and it's making that noise. Our technician actually said that when he got out of his truck in the driveway, he could hear that furnace knocking around. And yeah, you don't hear that very often at all. I've been doing this for 14 years, and I don't think that I've come across one that's been making that noise because of the heat exchanger. In another one of our videos, we're going to be breaking down some of the common questions that we get and that people ask on the Google machine about maintenance. And some of these pictures and these videos are huge reasons why we advocate for having maintenance done on your system. We can prevent failures, we can catch things before they become a major issue, and we can keep you safe. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, give Yarbrough Sons a call. Let us come out, take a look at your system, make sure that you're safe, make sure that your family's safe, make sure that you're comfortable throughout the year. Thank y'all. God bless. Are you still recording?
Yeah. Whole thing. Whole thing.
There you go.
All right.